Hey folks, welcome to 50 Plus Life 360, your home for many tours. Today we are at Solid Structures Portable Buildings in Lineville, Alabama, and you will not believe this ADU that we're going to show you. It is a huge competitor for incredible tiny homes, price point, everything else, more space, plus you're not going to live in freezer panels. So guys, Mrs. Tammy, she's behind the camera. She's going to take you outside, show you around this beautiful lean-to style. Then get back in. You're not going to believe the wood finishes in here, how pretty this thing is. But hurry back in, and we'll show you around.
Y'all come along, don't you miss the show, where the little homes got the biggest glow. From cabins tucked deep to a roadside dream, every tiny life shines bright on screen. With Mr. Chubby leading and Tammy Spark, lighting up the road from dawn to dark. Yeah, home ain't size, it's heart and soul, and this mini home life makes you feel whole.
Hey guys, welcome back inside. I hope you enjoyed that quick exterior look around this shed style home. Now, before we get walking around the inside, I just wanted to give you a couple little facts and figures about the house. It's 10 foot by 24 is our main measurement. So we're roughly around 240 square feet. This home is built to local codes. It is not on wheels. It is built on skids. So you can set this home on a slab. You can set it on block. You can do the pier and beam type stuff. You can just set it on the ground if you wanted to. But I advise you, if you're going to live in this home, you may want to set it up on some blocks, get you some clearance underneath so that you can do your plumbing and do all those things. Get your insulation put underneath the way you want it, seal it up the way you want it, and have your little crawl space under the house to do some work. But let's get on with the tour. You walk in this 36-inch door. You got the colonial style door with the 9 lights and the 2 panels below. Nice little fiberglass door. We're going to go around this way with Mrs. Tammy. Your main room in here is a studio style, okay? So your main room for this home is, let me find it, 9'4", which is your max interior width, and it's 18'6" over to that wall, to this wall. So 18'6", 9'4". Inside here, we are on the monoslope roof. So this monoslope roof goes from just over 10 foot up here where these transoms are. That's 10 foot 2 inches. And over to this side, on the low side, it is 7 foot 6 inches. So you get a really nice steep sloping roof. I want to draw your attention to the windows in the front. Now you're going to get 2 windows here and 2 transoms above. And you guys are always asking, how do I clean those? I'll show you. But over there, above your little loft area, above your bathroom, there are 2 more transom windows, and you get a loft. Your bathroom area is enclosed, so you're not going to get all those odors coming out as you do your business, or the steam from the shower. So this room is where you're going to have your living space. Now, this space is really large, actually. I mean, we're 9'4" across. From the edge of that refrigerator to that wall, you're at 8'9". So this is a big space. Plenty of space for a day bed, a couch, extra seating, tables, your TV on that wall. You could also, Mrs. Tammy is very fond of those Murphy beds that when they fold up, they become a couch. And I will try to link one in the video for you guys to see exactly what we're talking about and give you an example of that. Miss Tammy has been talking about those for a while. You get this thick tongue and groove wall paneling. As you can tell, the finishes in this home, I mentioned in the introduction, they vary and they're different and they go together really nicely. You've got white painted tongue and groove walls here. You get trimmed out in the finished natural look pine. And then this wall, your whole back wall of the home, is done in the tongue and groove. But now this is that tongue and groove that they lightly burn. If you've ever seen that technique done, it's a really neat technique. You just give it some heat, get it a little smoky, and then let it cool off, and you got you a really nice finish. You can actually just kind of Put your nose, it smells like wood burning. If you ever did that when you were a kid, a little wood burning kit. Not quite that intense, but it's very nice. Very nice look. And all of our windows and doors are finished Craftsman style, but they have the nice little angles that I like to point out. Shows just a little extra touch of detail. It's not just a plain straight cut, but they're done like that. We have batt insulation in the walls and the ceiling. We don't have insulation in the flooring. Reason for that is, depending on where you're setting up the home, you may want to come in and insulate yourself. You may want to underpin the home. You may want to put it on a foundation. You may want to do a lot of different things with it. You can get them to spray foam insulation, put that in for you underneath if that is what you would like before you have a home delivered. Now they do offer, and we'll talk about this, got a little birdie up here chirping, which is the smoke detector. Sorry for that. But we will talk about delivery and price here at the very end. Once you come over, take a look at this kitchen counter. Another beautiful set of finishes here. These cabinets are just standard stock cabinets you can go to the hardware store and buy. They're not super duper duper upgraded expensive cabinets. They're not soft close, anything like that. They are quiet close, have the little pads on them that keep them quiet as you close them on the doors and the drawers. Well, you can put the pads on the doors. The drawers come with them. You get a 2-burner cooktop. You get a little small apartment style refrigerator, but you get plenty of cabinet space and counter space. This counter is 8 foot long from the wall over to the refrigerator. So you get all this space. You get a big double bowl sink, or not double bowl, but it's single bowl, but it's double bowl size. It's not a small single sink. You got a really nice pull-out Springer style faucet. This is because you're not going to have a dishwasher in this home with this limited amount of space. You know, you don't have a dishwasher anywhere taking up cabinet space, but you do get 2 large drawers, and you get plenty of cabinet space underneath. They give you 1 cabinet here for the top, and then open shelves over here, which some of you are not a big fan of the open shelves, and I get that, especially in a home like this without an exhaust vent. You're going to get a little bit of grease in the air, and it might get a little icky and gooky, but you may be able to opt, if you order a home from them, you may be able to just get more cabinet space on the wall, and I'm sure they would be able to work with you and get that done. But I want you to look at this finished butcher block countertop in here as well. Tammy was remarking how smooth that finish is on there. It is incredibly smooth, like glass. Very beautiful finish. Matches in real well with the cabinets, the flooring, and the walls.
I'd like you to mention, I just said chew. I'd like you to mention that that's not how it comes there.
Oh, yeah.
Electrical panel, they just have that open so we can have electricity today.
Yeah, we just ran a wire in here and hooked it up so we could have power to have lights on. So the panel that covers this is in this cabinet, and it would be finished real nice before it's delivered to your home, of course. Now, without further ado, barn style door. This doorway width, for those of you that are interested, 28.5 inches wide. It goes into your bathroom. So I'm going to let Mrs. Tammy walk you into the bathroom. I will talk about it a little bit as she goes in. The bathroom in and of itself is about 4 foot 5 inches across, and it is 9 foot 4 inches wide. Now, you do have standard toilet in there, a small vanity. There's no mirror hanging in here. You have a humongous window. Now, you could very easily mount you a mirror on that wall right where that receptacle is, so you could check your look in the mirror. But they just decided they would put a beautiful, let me step in here. They decided to put a big, huge, beautiful window here for those of you that like a light room in your bathroom. And this gives you plenty of light. You do have 2 LED lights here inside, one over the shower, one over this area here with the toilet and the vanity. But you have all this natural light that can come in. If you don't like that, if it was me and Mrs. Tammy, we were talking about it, I would have this window moved here, and then I would put me a mirror over top of my vanity. This is a small 18-inch vanity, just a basic little vanity.
They just did that to make the outside front look not so
symmetrical.
weird.
Yeah, to make it look symmetrical. You do get a small on-demand hot water heater, American hot water heater right here. Hasn't been hooked up. It'll be hooked up when you get into your permanent location. And then you get a 36-inch shower that has tons of little cubby storage spaces throughout it. And a big shower head right there. Nice shower pan. That's a low shower pan. That's probably about a 4-inch step up into that shower. 36-inch wide and deep. And exhaust fan in here, of course. And you get of course, a little bit lower ceiling. This ceiling's going to be right at your 7'6" height because it's even. It doesn't slope up. It's covered. So you have a little storage loft space above. And that covers the bathroom. GFCI receptacle, exhaust fan, separate switch with the light that goes over. See? Separate switch with its own light. And I didn't mention out in the main space, you do have a rather nice ceiling fan with 3 lights in it. That's your primary lighting source in the main room of the home. So guys, what do you think? Great for an ADU. Great for that type of space where you could use it. Let's just talk about it. Be honest. Let's say this home is built to local building code. So it's not built as a tiny home on wheels, not built as an RV park model. This is the kind of thing you would build to put on a piece of property as an ADU, as an accessory dwelling unit for someone who's going to have access to, let's say, a full kitchen, a laundry room, and other things like that, but they want their own private space. Let's say you're a teenager, you've got a teenager that lives at home, they're going off to college, but they're going to be at college in town and living at home, but they want their extra space. You got some extra money you want to spend, buy them a little home like this, get them started, let them live out there on your property. Yes, Mrs. Tammy.
Or how about this be a pool home for someone?
A pool home, yeah. Pool
That'd
home.
be great, right?
Yeah.
I'm serious. They could party in here. Instead of having a bed there, you can have
exactly.
a big table and chairs and everything and have an entertaining party space. Even if you don't have a pool.
Right. A lot of uses for a home like this, or emergency housing, emergency living. If you're in a situation like that. Mrs. Tammy and I, we've been talking about this on our channel. We're going to purchase land, and as we're clearing the land and getting it ready to go and everything, we would love to have a little small home like this, less than 250 square feet, have this setting on the property so we can live in it while we're there working. We can take a shower, we can use the restroom, we can make some meals. And while we're building out the land, clearing the land, getting it ready, planting some food for us and getting things going, and prepping our home for our future homestead that we would build our own home type of thing. So
while you're building a home.
Right, or while you're building a home. Let's say you need an office. Let's say you're going somewhere on an assignment at a construction site or something. You need a really neat office. You want to have clients come in, high-end clients. This is the way the finishes are, and it's very nice high-end look. Wouldn't be embarrassing at all. Nothing like one of those little trailers that you rent from Mobile Mini or somebody like that to have clients come in. This would be a great place for architects, engineer, somebody like that is going to be on a job site for a long time, away from home, needs a little space to use the restroom, a little space to cook maybe some lunches or stuff when they're too far away to go into town and get dinner and things like that. So just a ton of uses, guys. And we just keep going with the list. Yes,
Miss Tammy has one more funny thing that this could be used for.
All right.
Just in case you get in an argument with your spouse. Wouldn't that be great to have this extra place where you could just go and live in it forever you need?
The doghouse.
Yeah, the dog.
This is the doghouse.
Yeah, well, it's luxurious to be called a doghouse.
Yeah, but you know how the old guys used to say, I'm in the doghouse right now.
Right, well, what if the woman wants to go?
Exactly, what if she wants to bail? This would be great. She shed, he shed, anything like that. Say you have a house and you don't need extra, you just don't want to build onto your house, but you need some extra space, but you don't want all the permitting and all that. And you want to have you a space to do crafts, or you want a space. This would be great, like when I was younger, when playing music at the house, if we would have had a shed like this out in the back, away from the house, so we didn't aggravate everybody.
This isn't a shed, sir.
No, I'm saying, but if we'd have had a house like this, out away from the main house, even a little shed, this would have been great. You could have set up your guitars, your amplifiers, your drum set, everything. This would have been perfect for that type of situation too. So just a billion uses you guys could come up with. Yes, Miss Tammy, one more?
And it doesn't come in the price with a mini split. A mini split is optional, so you just add that to the price.
Yeah, add that to the price. So let's get down to the price so we don't make this video bigger than the house is. We talked about everything in the house, the ceiling heights. We talked about the Murphy bed Miss Tammy wanted me to mention. We talked about 10 by 24, interior width 9'4". This home, we're at Solid Structures Portable Buildings in Lineville, Alabama. Now, they build the local building codes. They have electricians that are registered in Alabama and Georgia because we're in East Alabama. So they sell a lot in Alabama and in Western Georgia. So if you guys are in this area, perfect area for these guys. If you're out of this state, you may have to talk to them about your own local building codes. Or if you're out of Georgia or Alabama, but Florida's a little difficult because of all the hurricane stuff. But getting up into Tennessee and North Carolina, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have too much of a problem with any issues there. South Carolina, things like that. So they do offer free delivery and setup within 50 miles of their location. And guys, if you are in the area and you don't need a ADU home, you don't need an accessory home, you just need a storage shed, a storage building, they have this site where they build them, and then they have two other dealers in the local area, around the area, that sell their sheds. Phenomenal prices on sheds. Phenomenal prices on sheds. Yes,
Isn't this an Amish-owned business?
The family's last name is an Amish name, and they do have some Amish folks working for them.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say it's an Amish built house. I'm not going to use that terminology to be precise. I don't want to say that. So
No, I said the owner.
maybe, I don't know if he is practicing Amish
Okay.
or if he just has a last name that is Amish.
I see.
But we have seen Amish folks working here. So I'm not going to sit here and 100% just say this is Amish built. I'm not going to quote that. So, but it is very high quality built. Go on their website, and I'll put their website in the bottom. Go on their website. Check out the reviews of everybody that's bought from them. I mean, they've got super, super reviews. I looked through them. We've been here before when they were doing the log cabins. You guys remember some of those videos. We may link some of those along in this video as well, so you guys can go see those. Let's talk about this price. Told you it's a very good competitor with someone like an ITH Incredibox. The Incredibox is 8 foot by 16. You can get a little bigger. You can get so on and so forth. But we're talking price range. This thing right here, now we're filming in April of 2026. This home right here, if you buy this home right here, $30,000. And that includes delivery and setup within 50 miles. So any delivery beyond that, you have to talk to them and get a quotation on that. So that's the price on the house, guys. Anyway, we thank you for sticking with us through this video. We didn't want to make it too long because it is a small house, but there's a lot of stuff you got to pack in when you're talking about any kind of house. The video's got to be so much, and I'm sorry if we get too talky, but we enjoy talking to you guys, and you guys know we like to talk. So thank you for watching. Hit that thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you're notified every time we put out a new video. And for all our new subscribers, welcome aboard. I'm sorry for the chirping bird, but he's too tall for me to chase out of here right now. So you guys, we'll see you when we find another place to film. Meanwhile, have a great day, evening, night, weekend, whatever time it is you're watching this video. Have a great one, and we'll see you next time.
Every tiny light shines bright on screen with Mr. Chubby leading in Tammy's spark, lighting up the road from dawn